Skool, hey! Inside school, winning begin the year.
You know how it is, right? You're trying to stay informed, figure out what's actually important amidst all the constant updates and notifications.
Yeah, it can feel like you're just trying to keep your head above water sometimes.
Exactly. Well, if that sounds familiar, then you're definitely in the right place for this Inside School session. Forget endlessly scrolling and trying to piece things together yourself.
We've sort of done the legwork for you here.
Think of this as your shortcut, really, to understanding what's truly significant right now in, well, the world of building thriving online communities.
Precisely. We've taken the latest insights directly from the source that's the most recent school news update on YouTube, and we're going to unpack what really matters for you.
And the goal isn't just listing features, is it?
Not at all. It's about moving beyond just the announcements, trying to understand the underlying shifts and strategies, the things that actually contribute to successful online spaces.
Right. This isn't just looking at what's live today.
No, it's about grasping the bigger picture, maybe even anticipating what might be coming next, looking beyond the horizon a bit.
Come on inside to Inside School.
Okay, so let's dive into the first big piece of news. And this is something I know a lot of you running communities have probably been waiting for: Unified Payouts.
Ah, yes. The old system, if you were managing multiple groups or maybe an affiliate program on Skool, it could get a bit cumbersome, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Juggling different Stripe accounts.
This sounds like a headache.
That's right. The previous setup definitely added, let's say, unnecessary friction. Imagine wanting to launch a new paid group and having to, connect a separate Stripe account each time.
Ugh, yeah. More steps, more things to track.
Exactly. It just complicated things more than needed.
Yeah.
What's kind of fascinating about this update is how much it simplifies that whole flow for you.
And simplify it does. The School News video actually showed just how incredibly quick it is now. They use this example, Wizard School or something.
Yeah, Wizard School, that was it.
Set the price at just $1 a month, and boom, almost instantly it was live, ready to accept payments.
They even showed a notification popping up right away, didn't they? Someone named Duncan paid immediately.
Yeah. It looked almost too seamless. So if you've been maybe hesitant to launch a paid group because of the payment setup hassle, this seems like it just removes a major hurdle for you.
And what's really significant here for you as a creator is the move to this single user-level connected bank account.
Okay, so just one place.
One place. Instead of dealing with multiple Stripe connections, all your earnings, whether from different groups you own or affiliate commissions, they all flow into one central spot.
That sounds much better.
It speeds up the initial setup, obviously, but it also significantly cuts down on the ongoing admin work. It's all consolidated, makes your financial management much cleaner.
Giving you more time to actually focus on the community itself.
Exactly. Less time wrestling with Stripe.
And it sounds like this unification idea is going even further, right? They also gave a bit of a heads up about something coming soon: unified payment methods.
Right. A little preview there.
This sounds like it'll create an even smoother experience for both you as a creator and, importantly, for your members.
Absolutely. Think about it. When you buy a membership on Skool now, your payment info is saved, right? Makes future buys easy.
Yeah, super convenient.
So this upcoming unified payment methods feature will basically extend that same ease to buying access to individual groups. Your saved details will just be there, ready to go.
Ah, okay. So whether you're joining a full membership or just one specific group.
Your saved card is right there. It just reduces that friction point for potential members, makes it easier for them to join whatever you're offering.
That's a much better experience all around, isn't it? No more scrambling for your credit card details every single time you want to join something new within a Skool community.
Definitely not. And it sounds like the plan is to centralize things even further down the line for you too.
Oh, how so?
Well, eventually, all your payment history, doesn't matter if it's for a group subscription or a platform membership, it'll all be in one unified place for you to look at.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it really reinforces that whole theme of efficiency, a streamlined experience. Whether you're managing communities or just part of them, having all those financial interactions in one spot just simplifies things, gives you a clearer overview.
Reduces those little frustrations.
Exactly. Those little things can add up.
Now, on a slightly different note, but still kind of contributing to that overall polished feel for your community members, they also mentioned an improvement to YouTube thumbnail resolution.
Yeah, that caught my eye too. It might seem like a small detail.
But it matters, right? How your content looks.
It really does. It's those subtle details that add up to a professional image for you. Higher-res thumbnails mean clearer visuals, not just on Skool itself, but also when links get shared in emails or, other social media.
It maintains that consistency.
Right. Consistent visual quality across all your touch points. It ensures a better first impression for anyone seeing your content. And apparently, they even fixed those occasional black bars that used to pop up sometimes.
Ah, good. Another nice little polish for you and your audience.
It's smoothing out the edges.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's focus now on something that really underscores the power of community connection for you. Goose's World Tour.
Oh, yeah, this is great.
It sounds like an incredibly enthusiastic effort to actually bring Skool users together, like in person, across the globe.
It really highlights that desire for real-world connection that often bubbles up within online communities, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
This initiative, it really speaks to the strength of the bonds that these online communities can create for you. Goose, it seems, is just taking the digital connections out into the tangible world by organizing these meetups in different cities.
And the website sounds pretty fun, too.
Yeah, the fact that this tour has its own website with interactive bits they mentioned, rotating geese and music, it just emphasizes the excitement and, the sense of fun around it.
Yeah.
And it shows that members like you want to connect on a deeper level.
It really does sound unique. They mentioned past events, Tokyo, Morocco, and the next one's planned for Dubai. It's just fascinating to see community members taking that kind of initiative.
Yeah, going beyond the screen.
You can feel the enthusiasm, that inherent human need for in-person interaction, even when you've already got strong online connections. As someone building a community, this might spark ideas for how you could foster similar real-world meetups for your members.
And it's not just about these big organized tours either. There was also that really compelling story about Calvin's outreach in Germany.
Right, the map story.
Exactly. This perfectly illustrates for you the kind of unexpected ways that even simple platform features can spark genuine connections between your members. He just used the Skool map.
Found someone nearby.
Yeah, found another user, Mark, who lived close by, and they actually ended up meeting up in person.
That's such a powerful example for you. Just a simple connection through the map feature led to a real-world meeting. And it didn't stop there, did it?
No, it led to Calvin building a wider German Skool community. They even mentioned he organized a Skool festival. And he's apparently a big fan of the merch, too.
Huh. Love it. But seriously, it's those kinds of organic connections that truly make a community feel alive for you and your members. It's not just about the content.
It's about the people. And what's particularly interesting for you to maybe think about is that they mentioned map is a surprisingly common search term within Skool groups.
Really, people are searching for map.
Yeah, it suggests your members are inherently curious about who else is geographically near them. Highlights that fundamental human desire for local connection, even inside online spaces.
That's fascinating.
So it raises an important question for you as a community builder.
Right.
How can you maybe leverage features like that map to encourage these sort of serendipitous encounters, to foster a stronger sense of belonging for your members that goes beyond just the screen?
Absolutely. Food for thought there. Okay, now let's delve into a really critical area for you if you're running a community. How to reduce churn. How to keep your members engaged for the long haul.
This is key.
And the core insight they shared was, maybe counterintuitively, that often less is actually more. Feeling overwhelmed is a major reason people leave.
That's such a valuable point for you to grasp. The natural tendency might be, constantly pump out more content, add more features, push for more activity, thinking that's what keeps members interested.
More is better, right?
But what they're suggesting is that for many of your members, especially those with busy lives, that constant flood of information can actually lead to feeling overloaded. And that makes them tune out or ultimately leave.
If your members feel like they just can't keep up.
It creates stress. It detracts from the value they feel they're getting.
And they highlighted that most members probably only have a limited amount of time each week, maybe just, 1 to 2 hours?
Right, that's the reality for many.
So if they log in and are just faced with this huge wall of new stuff, it can feel more like a chore than something valuable for them. Which leads to this principle of designing for the extremes. Can you unpack that a bit?
Yeah, the idea here is for you to consciously consider both ends of the spectrum. You've got the casual user who might only pop in for that hour or two a week. And then you've got the hardcore user who's deeply invested, wants to consume everything.
So designed for both.
Essentially, yes. By designing an experience that caters well to both the very casual and the very committed, you'll likely end up with something that works well for the majority of your members who fall somewhere in between.
Okay, that makes sense.
The potential pitfall, they suggest, is that many creators, being highly engaged themselves, naturally tend to focus mainly on the needs and habits of those hardcore users, like themselves.
And that can accidentally leave the more casual members feeling a bit lost or behind.
Exactly. It can unintentionally alienate them.
And Skool even applied this designing for the extremes, thinking to their own community, schoolers, didn't they? They simplified categories.
Right. Simplify the categories, got rid of folders in the classroom area. The goal was to make that initial experience feel much simpler, more manageable for you when you first join. Less intimidating.
So the classroom, without all the nested folders, feels less cluttered.
Precisely. Reduces that initial feeling of being lost in some complex library. But importantly, the deeper resources like recordings of old Q&As, those one-day event recordings, they're still there. They're readily available for those who are more engaged and want to dive deeper.
So it's about making the entry point easy and welcoming for everyone.
While still providing significant value and depth for those who are ready to invest more time and effort. It's a balance.
Got it. So make the core experience accessible, not scary for you, while still having that depth available. They also mentioned using pinned posts and the update section effectively.
Yeah, as tools for the casual user, so that someone like you can quickly catch up on the most important info without having to wade through everything.
Like signposts.
Exactly. Pin posts act as clear signposts. The update section gives you that concise overview, a quick pulse check.
And, of course, they position Skool News itself as a key tool for you to stay fully informed with minimal time, 30 minutes, maybe 15 at double speed.
All strategies designed to reduce the cognitive load on your members. Framing Skool News as that weekly digest reinforces the idea.
Yeah.
You don't need to be glued to the community 24/7 to stay in the loop and get value.
Now let's flip to the other end of that spectrum, the hardcore users. They gave some examples, like people building high MRR communities with really low churn.
Yeah, or folks winning school games or ranking high in discovery. Those things clearly require a significant time investment and deep engagement from you.
Takes real dedication.
Absolutely. These examples show what's possible for you with that deep commitment. The story of someone like Josh building a super successful community, or Ryan Schroep, who's apparently incredibly dedicated and gets amazing results.
Inspiring stuff.
It is inspiring. It shows the potential. But it's also crucial for you to recognize that this level of commitment isn't the norm for most members. And designing only for that type of user could, again, inadvertently exclude a large chunk of your audience.
And this brings us back to the potential for overwhelm, especially for you as a new member, right? They shared that anecdote about signing up for free trials.
Oh yeah, the bombardment.
Being immediately hit with tons of emails, DMs, calendar invites. It sounds like a surefire way to feel instantly stressed out and just disengage. Have you ever felt that yourself?
Definitely. That anecdote perfectly highlights the danger for you of creating too many touch points right at the start. New members can get totally overwhelmed by a flood of notifications, demands on their attention.
It's easy to overdo it, thinking you're being helpful.
It is. Think about it. Admin posts, automated calendar reminders, auto DMs when they join, plus maybe external email sequences. It all adds up. And while often well-intentioned, it can collectively create that feeling of being bombarded.
Leading them to feel disengaged, maybe even deciding your community isn't for them.
Precisely. So as a community owner, it's critical for you to really think about how you're welcoming new members. Are you potentially overwhelming them right out of the gate?
And they back this up with data from Schoolers itself after they made changes to reduce noise and simplify things for you. Interestingly, the total number of posts and comments actually went down.
Yeah, which might initially seem like, oh no, less activity. You might think that means lower engagement.
But that wasn't the whole story, was it? What was the real impact for you as a member?
The key takeaway for you is what happened to the metrics that really matter. Free trial conversion rates went up significantly. In churn, the rate members left went down substantially.
Wow, okay, so less raw activity.
Led to better actual results. It suggests that while there might have been less overall noise, the quality of the engagement improved. And crucially, more people were finding value and sticking around. So for you as a member, it likely meant a more focused, less overwhelming, more valuable experience.
So less overall activity actually led to better retention and higher quality communities being built on the platform for you. That's a really powerful insight for anyone running a community.
It really is.
And it helps explain Skool's own decision to even limit the calendar reminders for school news itself, right? So you don't feel constantly pinged.
Exactly. It reinforces that idea for you. Intentionality matters. Focusing on quality over sheer quantity is crucial. By doing less broadcasting, community owners free up time to focus on making the interactions and content they do share truly valuable and impactful for you.
They even mentioned a rule they have internally.
Yeah, where the admins, Sam and Kirby, review each other's posts. To ensure consistency, avoid contributing to information overload for you. That level of deliberate communication, that thoughtfulness, is key.
And they made a really clear distinction between just engagement, like raw activity, and actual retention, highlighting for you that a high volume of posts and comments can sometimes be a symptom of a disorganized or overwhelming community.
Which can actually lead to more churn, not less. It's not just about the sheer number of posts and comments you see.
So what is true engagement then?
True engagement is about your members feeling connected, supported, like they're consistently getting value. Simply having a lot of posts doesn't automatically mean those positive feelings are there. In fact, as we've discussed, it can sometimes do the opposite, make it harder for you to find the valuable stuff.
They also really emphasize the power for you of replying to your members over just constantly creating new posts, framing posting as almost like shouting at a crowd.
Whereas replying is a direct conversation with you. That really resonated.
Me too.
It's a fundamental shift in mindset for you as a community owner. Instead of always broadcasting new stuff, successful owners prioritize actively listening to members, understanding their specific needs, their questions.
And engaging directly through replies.
Through thoughtful replies, exactly. That approach fosters a much stronger sense of connection. It makes your members feel heard, feel valued. Sam even shared his own approach, right? Actively reading and replying in Schoolers to really get what members are looking for.
That direct engagement seems invaluable for you in understanding the real pulse of your community.
Totally. And it all kind of culminated in that really insightful analogy they used for you, the town hall meeting.
Ah, yes, the poisoned water.
Right. If you keep hearing the water is poisoned, you need to address that core problem first. You don't just try to distribute more flyers about the meeting or get more people to show up while ignoring the poisoned water.
Fix the fundamental issue.
That analogy brilliantly illustrates for you the importance of listening to member concerns, addressing fundamental problems before focusing on superficial engagement tactics, fixing problems quickly, then iterating on improvements that should be your priority.
It's about cutting through the noise.
To identify the real signal, what are your members truly struggling with? What are they really seeking? This also explains why rigidly scheduled posts can sometimes fall flat for you.
If they don't match what people actually need right then.
Exactly. If they don't align with the immediate needs and concerns bubbling up in your community at that moment.
So the key takeaway for you seems crystal clear. As a good community owner, your priority should be listening, replying, addressing problems actively.
Rather than just constantly posting more content and pushing out more info, it's about creating a valuable and, importantly, a manageable experience for your members.
Creating that quality interaction space.
Precisely. It's about you being attuned to the specific needs of your community and focusing on those high-quality interactions that foster genuine connection, a strong sense of belonging for your members, instead of just chasing vanity metrics like post counts.
Well, this Inside School session has certainly given us a lot to dive on, hasn't it? We've gone way beyond just listing new features.
Definitely dug into some fundamental principles of community building for you.
We really have.
Indeed. So maybe a question for you, the listener. Thinking about the online communities that you're part of, how effectively do they balance sharing information with preventing that feeling of being overwhelmed?
Good question.
What's one thing you might observe differently now after hearing these insights from school news? It really makes you think about those underlying dynamics, doesn't it?
It really does. Makes you reflect on your own experiences, whether you're just participating in different online spaces or maybe if you're thinking about starting or running your own community.
Yeah.
Hopefully this look inside school news has given you a fresh perspective, maybe some valuable insights to consider as you navigate this, well, constantly evolving world of online engagement.
Absolutely. And as you can probably see, these aren't just tips only for school, are they? Understanding these deeper principles of community building, of member experience, that's valuable for you no matter what platform you're using.
True, it's about looking beyond the immediate features.
And understanding that human element of connection and, importantly, avoiding overwhelm.
Well said. Thanks for joining us for this in-depth Inside Skool session.
Our pleasure.
We'll catch you next time for another look at what's shaping the future of online communities.